Okay, good day everyone. Today we will tackle about the United Nations or the UN. So before the very part of the UN, let's have first their logo. So their logo, the world map of their logo symbolizes the people around the world, while the olive branches, which symbolizes peace, and the white and blue color, it is the official color of United Nations. So before we will tackle about the very part of United Nations, let's have an overview of their historical backgrounds. So first, we have the League of Nations that is considering as the failed in attaining the maintenance of peace and order, especially after the outbreak of World War One. It is to be followed by the London Declaration that happens on June 12, 1941, and is to be followed by the Moscow Declaration. I know, it is to be followed by the Atlantic Declaration that happens on August 16, 1941, and is to be followed by the declaration by the United Nations that is happens on January 1, 1942, and is to be followed by the Moscow Declaration that happens on October 30, 1943, and is to be followed by the Dumbarton Oaks Proposal Washington that happens on August to October 1944, and is to be followed by the Yalta Conference, CRIMI, that happens on February 11, 1945, and is to be followed by the San Francisco Conference that happens on um, April 25 to June 28, 1945, with a delegating 51 members of the international community, and anonymously approved the United Nations Charter and been established on October 24, 1945. On April 8, 1993, the United Nations General Assembly welcoming Macedonia as its 184th member of the international community nations. So it was being coined by Winston Churchill and Franklin D. Roosevelt on by the Declaration of United Nations. So it was being first used. Um, it was being first used on um, during the Second World War, and it was being established on October 24, 1945. And the very or the headquarters of the United Nations is in Manhattan, New York City, and it enjoys extraterritoriality. And and also other main offices of United Nations. We have the Geneva, Nairobi, and the Vienna. So let's proceed to their language knowledge. So the very crucial or anong crucial man ni ilang language when it comes to um, the United Nations. So, ang United Nations is gi-require nila nga dapat fluent ka mo English or mo French because it is the way of kanang um, communicating to other member countries. But it is being advantage for you kung kamao ka mo speak of different languages. But a fluency sa English o sa French is very required for you to be knowledgeable in that certain languages. So, we have the additional languages or official language of UN, which is the Russian, Arabic, Chinese, and um, Russian, Arabic, Chinese, French, English, and wait, Arabic, Chinese, Russian, um, Russian. Okay, that's it. So, dapat basta diri lang sa kanang United Nations kamao lang ka sa English o French. But is required pud sa ilaha nga kamao ka mo speak og different languages. So let's proceed to the UN Charter. So the UN Charter is an agreement of both parties. So mao ni siya, or ang kaning ang UN Charter is usa ni siya ka treaty na inyong giagreehan for both parties, or ni-agree mo sa rules and regulations of what is stated in the document and you agreed it. So, the Treaty of United Nations must respect the doctrine of Pacta Sunt Servanda. So, what me see, what do you mean by Pacta Sunt Servanda? So, ang kaning Pacta Sunt Servanda is a Latin phrase that means in English that agreement must be kept. Must be kept. So dapat inyo jud i-kept kung unsa ang inyong naagreehan, dili kay i-alter nimo, i-change and whatsoever. So we have the purpose of United Nations. So the very purpose of United Nations is the prevention of war, maintenance of international peace, development of friendly relations to the members of the international community, and the appointment of cooperation and harmony in the member countries. So usa ra jud ang ilahang gi-aim ani, which is the kanang peace and friendly relations to the member countries. And so today we will tackle about the principal organs of United Nations, which is which are the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the Trusteeship Council, the Secretariat, and the International Court of Justice. When we say General Assembly it is consist of 193 member countries, and it is the gathering of all organizations, and it is entitled not to attend more than 5 representatives and 5 alternates. So dili siya pwede nga mo-attend ka maka-attend og more than 5 ka representatives. Tas naa pa 5 ka replacement or alternates. So dili ginabawas sa ilaha ang mag-alter ka or mag-replace ka sa usa ka tawo nga wala dira. So ang General Assembly naa siya functions. First, we will have the deliberative. So, in the function of the deliberative, they are held responsible of making studies and provide informations on recommendations to the international law. So, sila maghatag og rekomendasyon para sa for the goodness of everyone. So, dapat ang ilang international law nga gi-recommend is kanang fit sa tanan nga countries. Magamit sa tanan nga countries. So, next, we have the supervisory. So, supervisory, they are responsible of, or they are responsible for the activities nga gikan sa, or mga, they are responsible for organizing activities nga gikan sa mga different branches sa United Nations. Like, gikan sa kanang, sila mo, tanaw mo supervise sa kanang sa reports or annual reports or special reports sa mga nagikan sa mga nagkalain-lain nga organs sa United Nations. So the next in line is the financial. So when we say financial, so nagtalk ta dari about money. So they are also responsible for the approval and apportionment of the budget. So when we say apportionment, it is the proportional or the division of money in a proportion way. So walay maglabi, walay gamay lang. So next in line, we have the elective. So the elective is the it is the members of the non-permanent of the Security Council. So ang elective, sila ang mga held responsible for electing peoples nga na mabutang sa Security Councils and so forth. So we have last the constituents. So constituents are responsible of admission or kaning mga maoy mo kanang muhatag og kanang recommendations nga that certain person pwede nimo siya i-elect sa elective function sa General Assembly. It's because naa siya ani nga personality or kanang iyang abilities. So, next in line, or the second organ of the United Nations, we have the Security Council. So, Security Council is the key organization of maintenance of security. So, with the five member countries, we have the China, the France, the Russia, the um, Un- United Kingdom of Great Britain, and the um, United Kingdom of Great Britain and um, United States of America. They are elected. They elect 10 members with the term of 2 years by the General Assembly. So, it is very clear mano nga ang Security Council na siya'y 5 ka permanent nga members, and it is composed of 10 elective members nga they are being with a term of 2 years. So the next in line, I know the functions of the Security Council. We have the um, preventive action and the enforcement action. So sa may kalahian na nilang duha. So preventive actions, they are only making um, prevention or mga security measures nga um, ato ang sundon. So um, that is the very kanang function of prevention action. It is prevention of peacekeeping and observing the mission. So arita og enforcement action, ang enforcement action is ga-deploy na sila. So gi-deploy sila sa nagkalain-lain nga lugar or jurisdiction like sa air, sa sea, o sa land for the security of the member countries or the country. Next in line, we have the Economic and Social Council. So, Economic and Social Council, it is consist of 45 members to be elected by the General Assembly with a term of 3 years. But they have to exert efforts for the following. Na sila high standards, higher living standards, um, na sila kanang kakayahan nga mo solution og economic, social, health, and other related problems, and also to appointment the um, to approve or observe the human rights and freedom. So ang ilahang um, a very responsibility sa Economic and Social Council, dapat naa sila'y heart towards other people, and mo hatag sila o kanang simpatsya sa lain-lain nga kanang parties without any kanang biases. So next in line, we have the Trusteeship Council. So Trusteeship Council is having a duty or assignment of assisting the Security Council and the General Assembly in the international trusteeship system. So sila pud ang responsible nga mo-assist ang kaning mga trusteeship council, sila pud ang responsible nga mo-assist sa General Assembly o sa Security Council. So afterwards is the next organ is the Secretariat. So ang Secretariat is the UN representative of the highest kanang nga kanang um, function the highest nga kanang rank or kanang role sa United Nations. So ang Secretariat is being elected by the General Assembly with the recommendation of Security Council. So ang kaning pagka-secretariat nimo or General Secretariat is dapat gi-elect ka sa General Assembly and by the recommendation of Security Council. So ang Secretariat General or is responsible and his staff are the international security servants. So they are responsible of providing studies, informations, and other needed nga mga datas. So next in line, we have the International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice is the um, judicial. So when we say court, it is mao ni sila ang mga nag-provide og mga legal means sa mga or naghatag og mga recommendations or naghatol sa mga different nga kanang cases. So first, it was being elected also sa General Assembly with a members of 15 members, and with a term of 9 years. So, nasa na sila function? First is to decide contentious cases and to appoint recommendations. So, ang ilaha is mo husay sila og mga cases legally and also to um, um, recommend og unsay pwede nila nga buhaton or unsay pwede nila nga isunod. But it is just an recommendation. Walay gi-state nga dapat jud nga nilang sundon. It's just a recommendation. So that's all for today, and thank you.